So Carmelo Anthony just announced on Twitter that he has officially retired from the NBA. He didn't play last season. There were reports that the New York Knicks may sign him this season, but they just never happened. In this video, I just want to reflect on his career and give you guys a little personal story. When Carmelo Anthony was traded to the New York Knicks, when I tell you that was probably my happiest moment as a Knicks fan. I remember sitting there and seeing the trade go down. It was like a midnight trade at 12 a.m., 1 a.m. Trade goes down. Melo has just been traded to the Knicks for all these players and the first round picks. And I was just happy, man. I was like, wow, finally we got a star. We got a superstar on our team. And that was probably my happiest day as a New York Knicks fan, because I remember the excitement. Maybe because I was at such a young age. I think I was 19 or 20 at the time. But reflecting on his Knicks career, just an all-time great Knicks player. I have a bunch of Carmelo Anthony jerseys. This is one of them, one of the Knicks throwbacks jerseys, and it says Anthony on the back and Knicks logo and number 7 on the front. Now, should the New York Knicks retire his number 7 number? In my opinion, they should consider it. They should really consider it. Obviously, it's a hot topic on social media right now in the media. But look, Carmelo Anthony, when he came here, that iconic "I'm Coming Home" video playing through Madison Square Garden, that first game was giving everyone chills. I remember sitting there watching that game and just in awe, man. I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that Carmelo Anthony was on the New York Knicks. And that first game with Amari, we wound up winning that game against the Bucks. But yeah, Carmelo Anthony, let me just read you some of his accomplishments throughout his career. 9th all-time in scoring, 10-time All-Star, 6-time All-NBA. He was named to the 75th anniversary team. Knicks and MSG record holder with 62 points in Madison Square Garden. We all know that iconic game against the Charlotte Bobcats where he just simply went off. He was a scoring champion, all-rookie team, NCAA champion. Oh, man, so many awards to get through. 3-time Olympic gold medalist, 1-time bronze gold medalist. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer in my eyes. And, once a Knick, always a Knick. I just remember the playoff series versus Boston where the Knicks were kicking Boston's ass, and then we advanced against the Indiana Pacers. And we all know that infamous Roy Hibbert block on Carmelo Anthony at the rim that pretty much changed everything. I mean, after that season, it was just a down spiral after that. And the Knicks never got to that point. That was the furthest they've been with Carmelo Anthony, the second round. And boy, that 2012, 2013 team was an exciting team. I thought we were going to give the Miami Heat a run for their money during that season, but we just couldn't get past the Indiana Pacers. Then Carmelo Anthony obviously got traded to Thunder, had a little stint with the Portland Trail Blazers and the Lakers, and he was bouncing around all over the league. But you really think of Carmelo Anthony as a New York Knick. Obviously, if you're from Denver, you think of him as a Nugget. Whether you love him or whether you're on the other side and absolutely hated him, he was one of the polarizing athletes in New York City. I remember during his tenure in New York, radio stations, listening to fan calls, just blaming Melo for everything. Sort of like what the New York Knicks fans do with Julius Randle now. It's not apples to apples, but I'm just saying, when you hold that superstar status in New York City, you're going to get the brunt of the blame. Obviously, towards the end of his Knicks tenure, wasn't that great, but he got the slings and arrows thrown his way, and I was always one of the few to defend the guy because he was awesome, man. And looking back at his Knicks career, it could have gone better, but in my eyes, it was amazing. So, shout out to Carmelo Anthony on his retirement. Now we have to watch his son Cayenne, which is pretty cool. He featured his son in the video. Hopefully his son can, join the NBA. But Carmelo Anthony, man, once a Knick, always a Knick. And, it's a bittersweet day because it brings you back all the memories from his Knicks tenure. That first day that the trade went down, obviously his first game as a Knick. And then it brings you back to the dark days and about the series against the Pacers, series against the Boston Celtics that one year. And you just reflect about everything and just appreciate what number 7 has done to this city. So shout out to Carmelo Anthony. This was my little video about his retirement, and it was just cool to see the little video. If you haven't seen the video, I'll link it down below and so you guys can check it out. But number 7, Do you guys think the New York Knicks should retire the number? Let me know in the comments below. I'm Anthony. I catch y'all next time. Peace.